Hey, welcome to Embracing Expansion. This is Worthy Reads, and I'm Finesse. I always like to start out by just welcoming anyone who may be new to the channel, who may be coming across my face for the first time. Welcome, and I hope that you find something here that uplifts you and resonates with you and encourages you to go through life with a positive attitude. That is the sole intention of this channel. Okay. Today on Worthy Reads, I wanted to share with you my second or third best book. Well, I do not like to describe my books and rate them or grade them, but this book by Joseph Murphy, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, it is very, very useful. Much like The Vortex, which we spoke about last week, it elaborates on maintaining a positive mindset. Okay, and that is something that I guess we all struggle with a little every now and then in this world. I know, with the news always being negative, you want to be aware, but you want to control how you are aware. So one of the things that I've been doing since I read this book is, or even before that, more so, is just to control what I let in and the amount of knowledge I expose myself to, or avenues by which I obtain knowledge. All right. And The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, as I always do, I'm just going to read the back of it for you. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, one of the most beloved and best-selling inspirational guides of all times, shows how changing your thought patterns can produce dramatic improvement and turnarounds in your life. Using practical, easy-to-understand techniques and real-world case studies, Joseph Murphy reveals that the vast influences of the subconscious mind on all aspects of existence, money, relationships, jobs, happiness, and how you can apply and direct its power to attain your goals and dreams. A life-changing classic since its initial publication in 1963, wow, that's a long time ago, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind has opened millions of readers to the unseen force within them. Now, the fully intact original text is redesigned and reset in this handsome, affordable volume, which has an added bonus includes one of Murphy's most irresistible works, How to Attract Money. Okay, so I'm looking here, and there are quite a few other books in the back. Wow, I haven't looked at a lot of those, but most of the books by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill, Robert Collier, Charles Haanel, James Allen. Yeah. Okay. So this seems to be a part of a series of books to do with various areas of our lives and how we can be successful in them. All right. I've read it, but I've only now just taken the time to look at this bit. So in the back here, you can see some other references or reads that the so they're called the prosperity favorites. Okay, so I guess since this book also has the how to attract money part of it, because it's a new addition to this re-released version, then there are other books. Getting Rich, The Science of Getting Rich, In Tune with the Infinite, A Message to Garcia, Public Speaking and Success, Your Magic Power to Be Rich. So there are just a few other suggestions in the back, which I think are great. I might look into getting some of them actually. I'm currently reading 2 other books, so once I'm done with those, I'll get into that. But back to The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Okay. As with all my books, you will, if I am ever borrowing someone a book, lending or borrowing, I always have a confusion between the use of these 2 words. But if I'm ever allowing someone to use one of my books, I don't anymore, because it has so much highlighting in it and writing, so yeah. So anyway, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. This book, like I said, it really makes you aware, like the title says, of the power of your subconscious mind. In pretty much most of my videos, I always highlight, our necessity to be more aware of what we let in and choosing better feeling thoughts, etc. And that really is the basis of the power of your subconscious mind. Being intentional in what you feed your subconscious mind. your conscious mind is what feeds your subconscious mind. Okay, so your physical mind feeds your spiritual mind, and once you can understand that and establish control or direction from of your physical mind to your subconscious mind, then you are going to see a very big difference in your life, to be quite honest. It's very profound and it's surprising, and it's one of those things that make you realize how powerful, that you are powerful, that you're not alone, that you're not just placed here, to figure things out, that you have the essential tool, which is your subconscious mind. One of the things that I was not aware of during the time that I was reading this book, that I'm going to share with you, if you ever decide, should you decide to get it, is that I always felt like thoughts were, I always used to feel bad about certain thoughts that I had. Like, what if I fall, or what if this doesn't work out? I used to think that that was a problem, to have these thoughts. But then recently, and when I say recently, I mean very recently, like maybe 3 months ago, if not less than that, I realized that thoughts are ever flowing. So this is something that I have said in my previous videos. I only started doing these videos about a month ago, so yes. So prior to that is when I learned that. So this is pretty much what I'm doing, sharing with you what I learned as I go along. And I'm just letting you know that what I just said about thoughts are ever flowing, I learned 3 months ago, right? And prior to 3 months ago, I used to feel really bad when a negative thought would cross my mind. I really used to feel so bad. However, what I realized is that it's not an issue, and it's not really something we can control. Bad thoughts will come because, first of all, if our senses are our compass and you observe something, you're obviously going to think of what you see. You might be driving on the road and you might notice an accident, and you could think about something. What if that's someone I know? What if this happens to me? Or I might get into an accident too. You can think of it from various perspectives. However, that thought can just cross your mind. What is important in thoughts flowing is you selecting the thoughts that you want to give energy to, the thoughts that you want to bring into your reality. And if I remember correctly, thinking on a thought for a certain amount of time, I will verify that because that's in another book that I read. There are certain amounts of minutes that you think about, or minutes or seconds that you think about a thought, that starts the manifestation process. So what I have essentially learned to do, in addition to attempting to feed or consistently feed my mind positivity, is to understand that I do not control the thoughts that come. However, I control the thoughts. I can select the thoughts that I give my energy to. Okay, so bad thoughts will come because they flow based on our senses, what you hear, what you see, what you feel, what you touch, sometimes it just shows up. And what's important is that you don't dwell, you don't invest your energy into those thoughts for too long or at all. You come, and like an analogy that's commonly used is like clouds, you just let them pass. They come, and that's pretty much what meditation entails. Meditation is not stopping your thoughts, it's pretty much observing them as they come. Let them come and go, and focus on your breath. They're gonna pass, but you're focusing on your breath. And if you do get drawn into one of those thoughts, whether they're bad or whether they're just distracting, you redirect your energy by the use of your breath. So the power of your subconscious mind, whatever you feed it with through your conscious mind, whatever you feed your spiritual through your physical, right? This is what is going to be made manifest, or come into your life. So one of the exercises that I adopted upon or after reading this book was, before I go to bed, if there is something that I desire, I speak it out as affirmations. When you get on the brink of sleep, like when you're very, very sleepy, that's kind of when like you're very vulnerable spiritually, or you're just more allowing of yourself. You don't feel, there's no fight, no tug of war. You're just very, very relaxed. This is the ideal time to feed your subconscious mind, before bed and upon rising, because when you just wake up, you're also in that beautiful state. So that these 2 points, and also in the middle of the night when I wake up and it's really quiet, I like, if I get out of bed, and maybe 2-3 in the morning, it's very quiet. I find it's also very peaceful, and for me, it might not work for another person, because that's also a period where your thoughts are very loud, or they get louder. So I find myself actively, speaking into my subconscious out loud. You can do it in your mind, you can do it out loud, but you think on the things that you desire. You think of them in gratitude, you think on them in positivity, and you expect them. So these are ideal moments to feed your subconscious mind. Feeding your subconscious mind really is manifesting the power of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind brings to life what your conscious mind feeds it. All right. So essentially, this book just applies it, or teaches you how to apply it, as stated, in your finances, your job, your relationship, your happiness, all aspects of your existence. It's a really great book that teaches you to take control and positively use your conscious and subconscious mind. Use your conscious mind to feed your subconscious mind. Okay, we are human beings with various levels of, I would say, operation or existence. It's kind of like your chakras are like your spiritual bloodstream, and you have your physical bloodstream, obviously, in your body, and we have to care for both of them. So in that same way, your conscious mind and your subconscious mind both need care. And I believe that your senses are, I will keep saying that, your senses are very important in feeding your subconscious and your conscious mind, because it's like a cycle. You see something, your physical mind is the first place that you register that thing that you see or that thing that you hear. And then subconscious, based on how long you decide, hey, is this a good thought, is this a bad thought? It's a process. You have to be really responsible in deciding, is this a good thought, is this a bad thought, is this something I want in my life? Because remember, what you think on, whatever you think about, you're manifesting. So choose whatever you choose to think about, you're manifesting. So choose to think on the things that you want. And by choosing to think on the things that you want, you're actually feeding those things into your subconscious mind. And then they become real. They become physical. They are made fit into physicality. Okay? So this is another great book. The Vortex that I mentioned last week really also expands on that. Your Vortex and the Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I think that these are two books that kind of pretty beautifully complement each other. I read this one and then I read the Vortex. So yeah, the Vortex kind of elaborated on that book for me. Right? So this is your worthy read, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And this version that I bought, it included the How to Attract Money. Okay? However, you can just get The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, or you can get the combination of both. It has about, let me see how many pages it has. 369 pages. Okay? And it's gonna take a while, but I feel like when you're reading a book, you shouldn't be trying to finish it. So let me just give you an example. Like right here, when I read for a day, I just read from this is the topic and this is the other subtopic topic, sorry. So I will just read from here for the day. And because I realize that when I read, when you read a book, your goal shouldn't be to finish it. It should be to understand it. And at some point when we're reading, we find ourselves just saying the words. It's almost like you're just saying words and not really thinking about them, and then you snap back into consciousness and you're like, oh my god, I just read all those words and I don't understand a thing of what I just read. So you have to go back. So I have learned to gauge my attention span. So when I feel like I'm drifting, like, okay, I just decided you're just reading one. When I decide on how much I'm reading for the day, then I kind of approach it prepared to read that bit, instead of just opening the book and just starting to read. So I say, okay, we're gonna read one subtopic a day, and we're gonna make sure that we gather, if there are notes to take about during that time, we take the notes, we highlight where necessary. So this is how I read my books, and this is how I'm able to retain and apply a lot of the information. And I'm not saying that I don't miss anything, because I do one day plan on reading all of these books over, but that's pretty much a great book, one of my most valued ones. All my books are very valued. but yes, I have quite a few that I haven't read. A bunch by Esther and Jerry Hicks, about 8 of them. And currently I am reading Three Magic Words, and I'm also reading Sound Healing. So eventually we'll get to that. There might be a pause on my worthy reads because I have not read like thousands of books. So, but as I go along, I will, just share them with you. And I'm always reading, so as soon as I end a book, I start another one. So there's always gonna be a book to tell you about. All right. I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to vibe with me. Just indulge in positivity and uplifting each other. And I hope that this book, if you're considering getting it, you should. It's very powerful, very educational, very enlightening and inspiring, and it gives you a sense of direction and kind of an excitement about life, because now you have an extra tool or a new tool that you can apply. Okay, so this has been Worthy Reads. My name is Finesse. Thank you so much for your time. I do hope that you subscribe, and I hope that you feel inspired. All right, today's Tuesday. Tuesday is kind of like that day after Monday where you're like just getting into the vibe of things. So it kind of feels like a beginning, like a second beginning for the week. So yes, I hope that you feel inspired to go through the rest of your week in positivity and based on the information that I gave you, that I learned from this book, where you simply have to choose the thoughts that you want in your life. Feed those thoughts. All kinds of thoughts will come, but you have the power to choose your thoughts, and the thoughts that you choose with your physical mind are the ones that your subconscious mind begins to work on, to make manifest in your life. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and you have a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday.